We're getting some very tragic news now coming in. A legendary vocalist, music director, actor SP Balasubrahmanyam passes away in Chennai. This is an extremely tragic news. Very unfortunate news there coming in. Remember, SP Balasubrahmanyam was in fact 74 years old. He was a veteran playback singer. He was hospitalized after testing positive for coronavirus on August 5th, and later he was tested negative for the disease, but he remained in the intensive care unit and he was in fact on continuous life support since then. The MGM Healthcare in fact later released an official statement confirming his demise. SP Balasubrahmanyam was in fact the golden voice of the Indian cinema, having sung over 40,000 songs in 16 different languages. He is in fact a recipient of multiple national awards as well for best playback singing. He was also a successful composer, dubbing artist and an actor in several southern Indian films as well. He is a name to reckon with. He has worked with some of the top names in the industry as well, and having lent his voice to some of the movies and the songs that have become evergreen and absolutely iconic. His voice, in fact, was something that was related to a lot of industries, whether it was the Tamil industry, the Telugu industry, the Kannada film industry, the Malayalam industry, even Bollywood. His voice is something that has echoed in almost all of these industries, having sung and taken many records for his singing as well, having recorded over 40,000 songs in his career that has been spanning for almost 5 decades. Let me go across to my colleague Pramod, who's joining me with those details there. Pramod, extremely heartbreaking, shocking and very tragic news. While we had seen several of the people that he had worked with, whether it's Ilaiyaraaja, whether it's A.R. Rahman, whether it's Rajnikant, all of them continuously praying for his speedy recovery. But at the end, a very unfortunate news there coming in of SPB, as he's popularly known as, of his demise now.
It absolutely is, and it is being considered as a loss to the music sector itself. And we are currently standing outside the MGM hospital, where a large police presence is also here. SPB was admitted to the hospital on 5th of August. Even at that moment, he released a video claiming that he has tested positive for COVID-19, and he requested the people who had come in contact recently with him to get tested. At that point, he also requested his fans not to worry, and he said because of the love of his fans, he will have a speedy recovery and he will return soon. Everybody believed that video, and very unfortunately, just in 2 weeks' time, his health started deteriorating. And what happened is that since then he was placed on ventilator, and then later on ECMO as well. And since then he was only there. In fact, for a certain amount of period, the SPB's son, SPB's Charan, was giving us video messages stating that his father was recuperating. In fact, his father was also tested COVID negative, and slowly he was able to move and also interact with doctors. So everyone actually had some sort of hope, and they were believing that SPB will return. But unfortunately, on 23rd, something has happened with his body, and by 24th, a medical bulletin was released by the hospital where they mentioned that his health has turned extremely critical and he is in life support. And they said that the team was working on it. Around just 10 minutes before, SPB's son came over here. He was standing here, and he gave the message, very unfortunate message, that SPB passed away by 1:04 p.m. And currently there are plans to either take him to his farmhouse at in northern Chennai, and that plan's also going on. But currently this is a situation, an extreme loss to the entire fans of SPB all across the world.
Absolutely. And Pramod, SPB, or Balu sir, as he's been very popularly called by all his fans, all the people that he has worked with, he is a force, he's a name to reckon with, not just in the Tamil industry, not just in the southern industry, but across Bollywood, and his name also resonates in the international as well. So this is a huge loss there coming, and we can understand the kind of tributes that are also pouring in across social media, having to even face with this thought of not being able to hear SPB's voice anymore.
Well, we can definitely say that people will definitely not accept that he has passed away because his songs are resonating, and you just like, if I have to speak about the fans in Tamil Nadu alone, like, you know, any song, the first song, if you like something comes to the mind, it would be of SPB alone, because his legacy alone spanned over for 50 years, and he is considered one of the most soft-speaking person in the industry. Never he had any kind of issue with anybody. He would come, he would do his job, and he would go. And each and every song, like, you know, you can take whichever genre you want, he has sung on it, and he has, like, you know, just by listening to his song, there was a kind of magic in his voice, and that's the reason, like, there were like millions and millions of fans, and still you could see, like, you know, now the police presence is placed over here to make sure that, like, at this COVID period, nobody actually comes together in this area or gathers itself, because only after this they are expecting probably some kind of crowd to gather here, because we cannot stop it. That is the kind of like popularity SPB had. SPB is always known as a very simple person who actually like grabbed hearts only through his voice, and like, you know, there is nothing you can say speak against him. That kind of like attitude he had. Imagine holding that kind of like stage show for more than 50 years in an industry, be it Ilayaraja, be it like, you know, A.R. Rahman. He, like, whoever he has sung for, all those songs have been a hit. Whatever genre you say, there's always been a...
நன்றி. ஊடக நண்பர்கள் எல்லாருக்குமே ஒத்துழைச்சதுக்கு மிக்க நன்றி. MGM Healthcare அதோடைய டாக்டர்ஸ் எல்லாருக்குமே நன்றி. அதோடைய நர்சிங் ஸ்டாஃப், அட்மினிஸ்ட்ரேட்டிவ் ஸ்டாஃப் எல்லாருக்குமே எங்கள் குடும்பத்தின் சார்பாக நன்றியை தெரிவிச்சுக்கிறேன். எஸ்பிபி இனி எல்லாருடைய சொத்து. அவருடைய பாடல்கள் இருக்கிற வரைக்கும் அவர் பேர் இருக்கும். நீங்கள் எல்லாரும் இருக்கிற வரைக்கும் எங்களுக்கு எங்கள் அப்பா இருக்கார். அனைவருக்கும் நன்றி. மற்ற டீட்டெயில்ஸ் எல்லாருமே ஒரு 1 hourல தெரிவிச்சுக்கிறேன். తెలుగు ప్రేక్షకులందరికీ నమస్కారం. నాన్నగారు ఇవాళ మధ్యాహ్నం 1:04 స్వర్గీయులయ్యారు. ఆయన కోసం ప్రార్థన చేసిన అందరికీ, MGM Healthcareలో ఉన్న డాక్టర్స్కి, నర్సులకి, అడ్మినిస్ట్రేటివ్ స్టాఫ్కి అందరికీ పేరు పేరున మా కుటుంబం ఎప్పటికీ కృతజ్ఞులం. మీ అందరికీ మా కృతజ్ఞతలు. మీరందరూ ఉండేంత వరకు మా నాన్నగారు మాకున్నారు. మీరందరూ ఉండేంత వరకు మా నాన్నగారి పాట ఉంటుంది. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్.